Hi, friends. Welcome back to another episode of Intentional Conversations. I'm so happy and grateful that you're here joining me in these conversations. It truly does mean the world to me. I really believe that we learn and we grow together. And I love learning and then I love passing that information along because I really do believe that we learn and we grow together. So today I'm going to do a little solo episode. Of something that I've been practicing and doing, and it gives. I'm certainly not a manifestation expert, but it's something in the manifestation space that a lot of people talk about and share. And I've sort of pieced together all these things that I hear and gather and made something kind of, as far as I know, my own. And so I've been doing it and seeing the effects of it. And I have a great story about a friend who did it with me and like almost the immediate result that we saw because of it. And I was just thinking that would be a really fun thing to share on the podcast, just short and sweet, but just something that adds a lot of value and gives like a tool or a resource, right? Which is what I like these conversations to do. So before I jump into that, I just want to say a little housekeeping. If you're new here, thank you. I'm so grateful. Please make sure you subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if you've been here a while, thank you so much for continuing to come back. I really, really appreciate it. And of course, if you feel inspired, I would love for you to give us a good rating, maybe write a little review. Those ratings, those reviews helped other people to find these conversations. So I really appreciate it. Okay, so manifesting. So there's something, listen, there are so many things out there and so many podcasts, so many YouTube videos, all the things. To me, like, it's more about living in a vibration that matches what we want to feel, right? Where it's a higher vibration. And through that, we attract that vibration. And for me, it's so important to keep my vibration high anyway. It's not like, sure, if I can manifest things as a result of it, that's fantastic. But like for me, I just love living in that higher vibrational state. That doesn't mean that there aren't obstacles. That doesn't mean that there aren't like curves, right? Like, but it's keeping my energy field really clean and clear and lit up. And I think that's so important for me. Like, it keeps me in a state of joy and gratitude and trusting. So when there are those things that aren't going right, I sort of give myself a vibrational bath, just like we would take a bath or brush our teeth. So I think it's important. That's another sort of conversation. And I'm sure I've done solo episodes on this, but like our vibrational field, and there's Power versus Force, which is a great book. It's one of my favorite books, although it took me 3 times to actually read it and understand it. But you can find a lot of things online with the vibrational scale, and essentially joy, love, gratitude are some of the highest vibrations. So the more we can stay in those vibrations and feel those vibrations, the more we will feel that in our life. So it's important. I like to keep a list of things that like immediately bring me joy, so I know like, okay, this will bring me joy and I can go do it. Something that's free, something that's easy. Of course, gratitude is such an amazing thing. Like in any moment, we can put our hands to our heart and really just tune into what we're grateful for in this moment, like the breath, the trees, right? Like whatever, our voice, our eyes, our sight, our hearing. There's so many things. So, okay. So there's this thing. I'm going to call it just because, like, whatever, maybe we want a name for it, like Lucky Seven is kind of what I said it to my friend Lauren when we were in Lake Tahoe last year. Essentially, what it is we do, and you can do it at any time, like I don't necessarily only do it in the morning or only do it at night. I try to always do it at night before I go to sleep just because I like to be in an energy of like gratitude before I doze off. But I'll do it a lot of times throughout the day. And sometimes I do it multiple times a day. But basically, it's saying 3 things of what you're grateful for. And it's going to change, like, and it doesn't have to be crazy. Like, some days it truly is what I just said. I'm so grateful for my lungs and the air I breathe. I'm grateful for my time with my niece. I'm grateful for pickleball, like it, very, very simple, right? But it's just getting in the practice of what are 3 things in this moment that I'm grateful for. And Then you would go to excitement. Okay. So, like, what's one thing that I'm really excited about? Now, here's the thing about excitement. And I don't want to botch this because I heard this through Catherine Zankina, Manifestation Babe. She posted something about, like, you know, when you have a big trip coming up and like you're so excited about it, like it could be 6 months in the future, but like you're like, oh my gosh, I'm thinking about this, I'm so excited. You are totally in that field, right, of excitement and what's next. That's a pretty high vibration. So it's like, I think what that does is it lifts it up and it brings, whether or not you have that trip or not, it's just something you want. Like, let's just say I'm really, really wanting to go to Bora Bora. Like, pulling up the energy, I'm so excited that, for me, I'd say I'm so excited that Mark and I are going to Bora Bora in 2025. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. It feels so good. I can't wait to be there for 7 days, staying at the Four Seasons, having an overwater bungalow. It's going to be so amazing, right? So typically what I'll do is my excited for will alter. Sometimes it is something that I'm wanting. Other times it's genuinely something I'm really, really excited about. You know, like I'll say, like, and it doesn't have to be extreme. Like in this moment, I'm like really excited about the soup cook-off that's happening in this little town where I live. I'm really excited for that. And that's genuine, right? Like it can be simple. It can be a really big thing that's happening that I'm excited for, or it could be something that I'm manifesting and I'm excited because I know it's going to happen and I can feel that. Okay. So, one thing that you're excited for, and then you would do 3 manifestations. Here's the thing with the manifestations. So, I always have 2 that for the past 6 months have been the same, right? It's something I'm working on, right? With my health, like well being, and then also with a certain business venture that I'm wanting to do. Okay. So those 2 do not change. I say it, that's part of the thing. The third manifestation for me is usually something like that's more in the moment that may not be super big. You know, it could be, I don't want to put words in your mouth. Like for me, sometimes it could be like I'm manifesting that this other opportunity that I just pitched on, that it comes through with a full yes, right? It could be I'm manifesting that that we're able to get away for 4 days in March and just to take a quick trip to the beach and, you know, stay here. And I'm very specific in what I'm very specific. So anyway, so then I let that third manifestation be something that's maybe not quite so macro. It's a little more mini, but it's truly something that I'm wanting. Or it could be macro as well, but maybe it changes. Maybe you keep all 3 the same. Maybe you do something different every day. I like personally, and I've seen the needle moving on those 2, like the health and well-being, and then also with this business project. It's slow, but I can see things moving in the direction of. So that's how I sort of work it, but you certainly make it your own. So after you do your 3 gratefuls, your 1 excited for, then do 3 manifestations. And the reason why I like only 3, I've heard people who will say do 5. I've heard people that'll say 10. I've heard some people say 1. I think it's so important. You know, I've done the work of to be magnetic for quite some time, and I just think sometimes, like, if we have too much, it gets a little like delusional, maybe. I don't know. Like, no, this is my own. I think like keeping things simple and setting yourself up to see the wins. So 3 to me feels really manageable. You may say, hey, I'm just going to do 1. You know, I'm going to do 3. You could do 1 grateful for, 1 excited, and 1 manifestation. You could do make it your own. I'm just sharing sort of my process. But I wouldn't go over 3 on manifestations. That's just my, you know, just in order to set us up for success. And then, because at this point, now you've said all this, you've pulled up the gratitude, you've pulled up the excitement, you've pulled up like what you're visualizing and what you're going for and what you're seeing real, and it's coming into my life, right? So your vibration is pretty high at this point. So what I like to do is to then share it with another. And so what I will do is I actually will bring, usually three people up to mine. Like, and I really tune in. I put my hand to my heart and I really listen to whoever comes into my awareness, and I send this high vibrational beautiful energy to, and I fill in the blank. And here's the cool thing about that is because sometimes it'll be people who are in my everyday life. Sometimes it will be people who I don't even know, who maybe I just know online. I've had a couple times where like a celebrity comes forward. I've had like friends from like, grade school who come in. So really just tuning in and seeing and then sending that high vibration to them. So that's kind of the container. And as I'm saying this, I'm realizing 7, 8, 9, 10, it's really 10, lucky 10. I don't know. Why do we have to put like funny things on it? Like here's the like fancy lingo for it. I like luck. I love clovers. I love the energy of luck. So I liked lucky 7 because it would be like 3 gratitudes, 1 excited, 3 manifesting. So there's my 7. And then of course, just bubbling up the energy and sending it to 3 people. It's just a little added little lanyap, if you will. Anyway, so that's kind of the overview. I want to share, though, the story that happened. So again, I've seen little things shift or like small manifestations come forward. Like I've seen things. This is why I'm so inspired by this because, so my friend Lauren and I were in Lake Tahoe and we were at this resort on the water, and a bunch of people had these like goofy little like hot dog rafts, okay? And like, to me, I just like to go float on my back. Like I tend to not necessarily want a raft. It doesn't matter to me. But Lauren like really was fixated on these rafts. Like she really wanted a raft. And she's like, how do we get a raft? And I'm like, well, probably just go ask somebody, like just go ask, the attendant at the pool or whatever. I'm sure they have them for guests. Okay. So she's talking about this raft, seeing it every time. And so we go out in the water. And if you've ever like done anything with me, you know that I love, especially on the water, like to do any sort of ritual. And to me, the water is such a great place because I imagine like the wave comes in and it gives it to me and then it takes what I'm releasing out. So I do all kinds of things. I love it. I said, okay, let's do this lucky 7. And so I explained it to her just like I explained it to you all. And I did mine and then she did hers. Okay. She did not manifest the hot dog raft. Just so we're clear, that wasn't part of her manifestation. But we were in the vibration. Okay. So we finish, right? We're in the water and then we decide we're going to get up and we're going to go sit in our cabana. So we're walking out of the water. She's in front of me. And she's walking, and this lady is at a front cabana, and she walks over to me, and she says, we're leaving in, tomorrow morning. We have these 2 rafts. Would you guys want them? I was like, yes, as a matter of fact, we would love to receive them. Thank you so much. It was so fascinating. And like, I just love when things like that happen. Like, vibration is more about putting us in that receptive field. So anyway, I share that because I love the story. And Lauren, I'll post a picture of it. Like she carried that, she got that hot dog raft. Like she brought it with us on a hike in case there was water. Like that hot dog raft was with us, but it's amazing. And I think what I also love is that was sort of her heart's desire, right? And she had talked about it with me. Like, it's like, I want the hot dog raft. Where's the hot dog raft? There was a lot of energy towards it, right? And even though neither of us said we're manifesting the hot dog raft, our vibrational field was lifted and it was like the heart's desire came forth and then someone came and met it. So I just think that's really inspiring. So just knowing that, there may be something outside of what you're actively working on manifesting into your life, but that your heart is desiring, or something that you're like, wouldn't it be cool if? Wouldn't that be a fun experience? Oh my gosh, wouldn't it be great if this happened? Like it just puts you in receptive mode. So that's my little short, sweet solo episode with a little fun story in there. I think stories sometimes help to really land it in. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Give it a try. I would love to hear after you do it for a little bit, like how you feel. Like, could you feel your vibration shift? Like, could you feel your energy shift? Were there any like just magic moments that came in like after you did it? I'd love to know and to hold that space with you. So, thank you so much for joining me here. I really, really appreciate you. And if you want to share this episode with a family or a friend or on social media, I would love that because, hey, this is how we lift the vibration of the world. Is like it starts with each of us and then it vibrates out. And so then we all do it collectively. All right, friends. Happy manifesting. Happy living in a state of gratitude. Happy keeping that vibration high and making that a truly the way that we all live. I'll see you next time.